I really like to travel in Seoul, and I think there are so many places to see, so every time you go to a new place, which is really cool, I think.
Because civil and environmental engineering is a really hard major, it really requires me to think a lot. So I really like watching movies and zoning out.
One of my favorite things to do is explore new places to eat. Food is one of my favorite things about living in Korea, so it's always fun to me to find new places to eat. I like look things up on Instagram and then go with my friends and find kind of like niche cafes or restaurants that are all new to all of us.
Actually, I usually do assignments after class, but if I have time, I really love to watch Netflix or sometimes go to Mega Box right in front of our school. So since I'm a film and art major, I really love to watch the movie.
I just stay in my room, write journals on my iPad occasionally, but usually watch YouTube. Nowadays I'm watching Harry Potter on YouTube.
Outside of class, I go to Hongdae a lot. I love watching the street performers, the busking there, and I really like shopping. So it's pretty much Hongdae and Myeongdong that I go to, and I spend a lot of time with my friends there.
I love painting. Ever since I took the Architecture 2630 class last semester, I've been able to use a lot of acrylic paint. And so whenever I have free time in my dorm, I just pull out my palette, pull out my sketchbook, and just start painting to some really relaxing classical music.
Well, I like to walk through the Triple Street or any like Central Park in Songdo in the evening, because Songdo is quite like neatly organized and there are a lot of like green places, so it is really good to take a night walk in the wind, so I really like that. And sometimes I want to go further, like I mean outside of campus. I go to Walmido, and that's pretty good because there are a lot of like great things to do, like Chinatown or amusement parks, so I sometimes go there.
I usually do walk around the campus or with my friends outside the campus, or making some great foods in my kitchen, which is in the dorm. So nothing special, but that might be really relieving stress tool for me, I guess. I think.
I think in UAC it's really friendly atmosphere, so I'm feeling like we are family all together. My friends, staff, my supervisors, so I really enjoy it. We have a really small community, so we know each other. It's good.
The overall atmosphere in UAC is really friendly. Everyone's like a family. So, for example, I have a class with like less than 10 people, and you can ask any questions you want whenever you want because everyone's like feeling free to ask questions.
The atmosphere at the UAC, the word that I've used to describe it kind of since I started here 2 years ago, has been kind of like family, at least for me, because everyone is really close to each other.
The first feeling that I felt after I entered this school, it was very open-minded. People are very open-minded, different from the Korean like high school and like Korean education schools.
You'll earn the outcome or results as much as you try, so try your best.
Overall, I would describe the atmosphere here as open. There are a bunch of events, and because there are international students from all over the world, from the Philippines, from China, from the US, there's a bunch of different mindsets, and it's a great place to get together and just talk about your different experiences. So you get to learn a lot about the different parts of the world.
The environment here is so supportive, and everyone here really wants to help you progress in any way possible. We have such a great support system here that whatever you want to do in the future, the UAC is ready to help you.
I like how the UAC community communicates with each other, like the communication between the professor or staffs and students is quite free, I think.
I can explain atmosphere of the UAC is really warm and friendly because all of the staff members or faculties are really kind to students, and I could visit their office and ask them for questions about the academic things or other things that I wanted to ask them.
My future goal after graduation, I would like to live in Korea and develop my major. So I would like to promote some big company or maybe even UAC, like in YouTube, as I did it during summer. I was working as YouTube manager and I really enjoyed it.
My future goal for right now is graduating college and then getting into environmental science as my graduate year.
I would say that one of my future goals is to obviously graduate from the University of Utah with the degree that I'm pursuing right now. I'm not planning on changing that anytime soon. And then hopefully get a job in what I've studied in, which is in film. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do yet, but as I take the classes here, I get to kind of explore all the different routes that I think are great.
As a film media arts major, I want to make my own movie. So like, even though I cannot like do everything on my own, but I want to make my own story and then show it to other people.
I have a lot. Well, first, I want to graduate UAC and then get my master's degree after UAC, and then get into the international organization for my future career, and then I also want to have my own startup company in my life that's for my career, but on the other side, privately, I want to have my own floral cafe.
In the future, after I graduate, I would like to move back to Korea and hopefully get a job reporting entertainment news, so music, movies, things along those lines, and either on a physical platform like a magazine or on a digital platform like a website or a blog.
My future goals are to go into some form of counseling and psychology. I am particularly looking at working with autistic individuals to help them with their relationships and how to further progress and become better friends and supporters with their friends.
I'm actually going to transfer to Seoul City campus next semester, and after graduating the university, since I'm currently studying about marketing, maybe I will return to Korea and try to getting a job. And I'm interested in like global marketing companies like Edelman or Govis Korea or something. So I will try to get a job from them.
My future goal is to work in the film area, and I want to also exploit what I learned in UAC, like about the major things. So I hope I could work as a film worker in international ways, because I learned in the international UAC in here. So yeah, that might be my future goal.
I would recommend don't give up. Even if you think it's kind of impossible to do something, just do it and you will really be surprised by your result and enjoy it so much. Come to UAC.
As a high school student, I was really scared to go to college because that was a big leap for me. However, you start from the beginning. So even if you're taking like an engineering class, you start from the very basics. So don't worry, just enjoy your high school life.
Alright, so one thing that I would tell to new incoming students, whether or not you're a freshman or a transfer, is that you need to ask questions. If you're afraid of asking questions, you're gonna kind of lose out on the experience of discovering new things. Like when I got here, I was kind of afraid to ask questions, and there were things that I missed out on because I was unaware of things that were going on around me. So if you have any questions about like registering for classes or just getting around campus, getting around off campus, whether or not you're from Korea or you're from out of Korea, it's important to ask those questions because everyone has them and we're all in the same situation.
So I want to say, like, don't be scared. Like, as I said, they're very open-minded and they want to be your friend. So if you even say hello, then they would really love you to like be a friend with you. So I want to say, like, if you can say hello, you can be a friend.
Don't be afraid about new environments. You'll get it someday.
For future students, I would say go to the events and get involved in as many clubs and as many different jobs as you can. They're great experiences, and there are a whole bunch of them on campus. So it's a great way to meet new people, and the events especially, you talk to new people, you get to you usually get free things, especially food. So it's a great way to just get involved on campus.
Honestly, you guys have to be brave. You know, jumping from high school to university can be a very scary transition, but it is so worth it. In high school, sometimes you feel like you can't be yourself, and university is really where you can change that. This is where you can start growing and becoming the person you want to be in the future.
Well, I hope they're not really afraid to ask people or get any help. Because as I mentioned earlier, there are a lot of student leaders. They can talk about any problems or questions, and there are a lot of staffs from various departments. So I hope they're not afraid about ask any help or get help from them.
For new incoming students, I really want to recommend you to come UAC if you have dreams about learning some international things and also the academic things, because we have a really good education system in here, and I really experienced and had a good time to learn about our major things. So I really want to see you guys in campus and come UAC.